YouTube? It's your man George Page coming to you live on YouTube. Well, last night was UFC 246, and there's a lot of controversy surrounding this fight. As you know, the main event was Conor McGregor versus Donald Cowboy Cerrone, and the fight ended with some say a suspicious way. I mean, possibly that Mr. Cerrone took a dive. As you know, Conor is, Dana's well, as we might call it a bottom bitch. We're up there with John Bones Jones and Ronda Rousey. He makes a lot of money off of those three, and this is Conor's first fight back since his loss to Khabib around about last year. But besides the point is another fight that was on the card was Maycee the Future Barber versus the Happy Warrior Roxanne Modafferi, and not a good showing for the Future. The young 27-year-old fighter took a first loss in her MMA career, dominated throughout the whole fight by Modafferi, with the fight ended with a unanimous decision in favor of Roxanne. Now, like I said, I don't like to talk about fights unless I watch them. So I did, I was on Facebook. Somebody always posted some of these fights. They downloaded it or something like that, or they recorded off of their pay-per-view or something like that. And I just watched the fight. And when I've seen it, it was a pretty dominant fight. It barely stood stand up, because that's where Maycee works the best. Is stand up, is on her ground, on her feet. And it was maybe 2 minutes in before the fight went to the ground, and Roxanne just dominated Maycee. She was just hitting her, just taking. She had had her in guard, even taking top control most of the fight. And a couple of times, that Maycee did try to get in top control, but she loses it. And at one point, Maycee did had Roxanne in a Kimura, but didn't. But Roxanne popped her head out and just still has dominated the fight. All right, then by the second round, they were back to stand up, and Roxy hit Maycee with a jab, and Maycee fell back, and she just jumped right on her, and she just ground and pound. And during the point, Maycee did get cut. If you see this picture right here, she took a cut, and that was around the second round. And Maycee got top control for a little bit, but didn't last long. It was going back and forth. And I mean, just Roxanne was dominating with a BJJ and a ground skills. I mean, it was a disappointment. When Roxy got up, I mean, not when Roxy, when Maycee got up, she was kind of limping. But the problem is that she might have, hurt her knee when she fell back, when she took that shot from Roxy. Then it's the same thing over again. They started standing up for maybe barely a minute or two, and went back down to the ground again. And pretty much during that fight, Maycee was leaking. I mean, she was trying to do her best, trying to get Roxy off of her. And they rolled a few times, and there's change of position, and but Maycee didn't have top control very much long for Roxy took it back. And then pretty much it was it. And it was just us. It was a decent fight, but Maycee just didn't have no answer to Roxanne's superior BJJ. Now, at the end of the fight, you see now Maycee being carried off by one Mr. Ben Askren, the walking comatose victim. And it's just, there's a possibility that Maycee might have a tear in her ACL. Now, if you know anything about ACL, that's a serious, that's a ligament in the leg. And if it gets torn, that is some serious surgery. Now, if it's just a sprain where she can ice it, maybe take some rehab, she'll be out for maybe about a few months, and probably back fighting by the beginning of the spring, maybe. But if it's a really nasty tear where it's going to be some serious surgery, we may not see Maycee till about I would say about to the end of summer, about the middle of fall. And that's not good for a young fighter to be out for that long. And and my man, this is my man, Coach Ed Harris. This is a couple of things that he's really pissed off about, because he's posted a video last night and I watched it, and he liked the fact that he's out for. He wants Roxanne Modafferi's head, because Roxanne has beaten two of the top, I would say top, up and comers in the UFC. She beat Antonina Shevchenko last year, and now she just beat Maycee Barber. and those two considered faves in the women's flyweight division. Now, also, this is one thing. Part of me, I was going for Maycee, but there was a part of me felt like, Roxanne, she is a gamer, and I think she really just had the skills, her experience. She fought for a very long time. Roxy fought back in Tough when they had the started the flyweight division, and she originally lost in the semifinals, but because Sajaya Eubanks couldn't make it because of she was sick, she couldn't make it, so she was put in to take her place, and she fought Nico Montano for the title, but she lost. But Roxy's still on, and surprisingly, she's still there. I mean, she took a couple losses in the UFC, but she has beaten some pretty decent opponents, especially, with Maycee, and Antonina. But the big question is, will Roxy get the opportunity to go for the championship? I mean, we have to wait and see what happens between Caitlin Chakurian and Valentina. But I feel like she might be the next person because this, like I said, this could be a good storyline because she beat her sister Antonina, and I think Roxy, she's on Twitter a lot. She's very into cosplay, anime. I think she thinks she's like Naruto. She had to beat somebody with natural talent over her hard work. If you watch Naruto, I'm a big fan of Japanese anime, and Naruto is one of my favorites. And there's a part where he fights Neji, and Neji being him being a Hyuga, and Hyugas have those natural abilities. They have the Genkai. He has he's kind of like him and Sasuke. He have the special born natural abilities, but him and guys like Rock Lee have to work hard at it. And there's that fair part when that part in that fight with him and Neji, you say, what he said to Neji, he said, well, you can't win, Neji said. He said like, what, people think I'm a failure. I'll prove them wrong. And that's what Roxy just did. People thought she was going to win. I mean, we talk about Roxy because she got, two bad knees like Stone Cold Steve Austin. But, she came out and she beat Maycee Barber. And, she beat Angela KKK Lee or KJB Lee, like some of you like to call her, some years ago. And KJB at the time was a up-and-comer. And Roxy's had been, she's been in the game for a long time. She's a gamer. She's over 30 years old, but she beat a young lion. And I think, some people, I think one person that's very disappointed about Maycee's loss is most definitely is Dana White. Dana White sees Maycee maybe as, what Paige VanZant could have been, but wasn't. But now she has to take a loss. And I think it's really hurts this young fighter that she has to take this loss to a more, established veteran. But I think somebody who's laughing in the wings of all this is Paige VanZant. As you remember, Paige was being called out by Maycee, but now, it's just one and done for, that fight to ever happen. But I just say this, congratulations to the Happy Warrior. And, Maycee, we hope you get a chance to come back, so it's a tough break, but you're still young. You just got to really work on your ground game. And maybe, they give you maybe a little soft touch fight before you come back. But don't take this as a bad thing. Just take this and grow from it. Did you man enjoy the page? Like, subscribe. Don't subscribe. I'm out.